I'd like to address a change now to the agenda format that was put into place starting with this meeting. In an effort to prioritize the business of the council, the mayor's report was moved just before the council district updates. We have also put a pause on public recognition, which is why it is not on tonight's agenda. I have a prepared statement I'd like to read. Tonight I want to share an important update about how we will be conducting our city council meetings. For many years, the council has included a public recognition period for comments on non-agenda items. Unfortunately, this portion of our meetings has increasingly been used for hostile, hateful remarks, creating an environment where staff and community members feel unsafe or unwilling to participate. City council meetings are also the workplace for city employees. As an employer, the city has a responsibility to ensure that this place is safe and free from harassment. Our council rules reflect this, prohibiting obscene, libelous, or derogatory comments. Despite these rules, we've experienced repeated violations that disrupt our ability to conduct city business and take a toll on everyone involved. Effective immediately and under the authority of the council president, Rules 2, 5, and 9, public comment will be limited to items listed on the meeting agenda. This temporary change aligns with practices in other cities and gives us time to develop better procedures for constructive public engagement. There are still many ways to engage with your city council members, and I encourage you to pick up a copy of the interim public comment procedures, again in the back of the room, to get information on how to stay engaged during this pause. Also, I believe there's notepads there if you want to write your comments as well. Thank you for your understanding as we work to ensure our meetings are respectful, safe, and productive for all. We have not put a timeline for this temporary pause. I mentioned this at 5 o'clock when I was asked about it, because it is the intention of the council to address this at next study session, so immediately, to come up with a better way for public recognition. Okay, so we're going to be working on it. I think what I said suffices, but for those that didn't view the council meeting 2 weeks ago, I encourage you to go ahead and view that council meeting and just see what I'm talking about. And then, you know, at the start of the meeting, I had my prepared comments, but I tell you, you know, I brought this item up on this public recognition pause last Wednesday at the end of the meeting. It bothered me to bring it up. I didn't want to do it, but I felt I had no choice. We have council, this isn't new. I mean, we've had council rules and procedures in this area of public recognition, and what can be said and what can't be said has been addressed. So under Rule 9, under public recognition, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says any member of the public is provided an opportunity to address the council and mayor on issues not on the agenda. We say that during the council meeting. It goes on to say no member of the public shall engage in discussion or comment, and then it lists several items, one of which is that is obscene, indecent, or libelous, and it goes on with other things. That's all good and well. I won't say the problem. The fact of the matter is that the First Amendment trumps all that, okay? So, yeah, the council in years past has this in their rules and procedure, and that is best practice, and that's what we hope that our citizens, anybody that's participating in this process, will follow these rules. But for public recognition, the First Amendment basically, you remember a couple of years ago, we had the unfortunate thing where the caller came in on a Zoom call and said all those bad things. Technically we had to allow that because even though it was hate speech, because of the First Amendment, okay? And so how did the council address that? We made a requirement that you had to provide 24-hour notice to the city clerk so we could kind of ascertain, okay, who's calling in? Because before it was just anonymous, right? So now we've got this situation where a few people are doing what they're doing, and I'm not going to get into specifics, but it's against the established norms on how we should conduct our council meetings, right? I think most of us are in agreement that perhaps almost a year now, things have been kind of disjointed. A few people have been not following the procedures that we usually follow. So we put a pause, and we're going to have to come up with a solution that respects the First Amendment, but also respects our council rules and procedures. Now, for public comment on agenda items, my saving grace is if the comments aren't germane to the agenda item, then I can stop that person. Okay, that's the difference between public recognition and public comment on agenda items. So hopefully that's clear on the difference there. You're still always welcome for public comment on any agenda item. But if it's not germane to the topic, then I'm allowed to say, hey, please stay germane to the topic. All right.
I'm going to have well, first I wanted to say something about our modification for the time being of public recognition. I don't, if somebody's going to stand out there and tell me I'm an idiot, I'm stupid, I'm corrupt, go ahead. But you don't get to say it to our staff. And that's what we're trying to find, a safe way for our staff to be here, come to our business meeting, and help present to the rest of you. So we're going to work hard, and public recognition will be back, but it's probably going to be modified a little bit. Okay, can I have my slide, please, Dave? On October 6th.
Anti-Semitic shit that we had to listen to that one time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
My enthusiasm.
I take it back.
The best of me.
I take it back.
I do want to push back against this. I don't know where it's written. I didn't sign anything. It says I have to put up with that shit. I really didn't. And well, and also, yeah, staff, I love you. They're going to be killing me. Okay. When they come in with a gun, I mean, I was at active shooter training today. I've worked the industry for many years. I've gone through that training many, many times. I take it very seriously. And I think we all should go through that. And what is happening in our country is connected to what's happening in our chambers.
Yeah.
And we've got to prevent it from going. I don't think, I'm not a martyr, President Younger, and I don't sit up on that dais and say, you can talk about me anytime you want to up here. No.
No, but again,
No.
I'm sorry. The First Amendment allows them, as long as we give them the opportunity to do it, we have to allow them to do
But
it.
there are rules in there that
It doesn't matter.
The Constitution trumps city council rules and procedure.
And I